Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are in this world degeneration does. And welcome back to Inside the Fire. And yeah, Attitude Episode 7, that show was off the hook. Before I get into what happened in the ring though, I need to talk about something that took place before. Because somewhere along the way, someone crossed the line, throwing around insults at one of the most influential managers in this business. And doing it like they were still stuck in some high school hallway drama instead of keeping it a professional wrestling show. I'm not going to repeat the words. They were handled. Firmly. And that's the point. Some people forget their job isn't to stir personal drama or play favorites. It's to tell the story in front of them. When you bring that kind of immaturity to the show, it doesn't elevate it. It cheapens it. And thankfully, it didn't last long. Now, I walked out there ready to speak. Not to whine and not to posture, just to say my piece. And once again, the interruption came. Fast, loud, messy, and fueled by the same energy we've all seen before. That's not confidence, and that's not conviction. It's just noise and fists. When you know you'll fail, jump your opponent a week before the match. Failed strategy, in my opinion. What stood out to me wasn't the insults, though I've heard worse. It was how desperate it all sounded. When someone has to talk over you instead of talking to you, it tells you everything you need to know. Instead of rattling me, it sharpened my focus. It's not about what Fire or Wish think they deserve. It's time they learned that. Before the night completely lost control, Vice Commissioner DHA hit the ring and shut it down. No yelling, no ego, just authority. And credit where it's due, Foxy Bethann stepped in also to help things from getting worse. Not for attention and not for leverage, just because it was the right call. And I want to say thank you. I also want to say Monday night, I will show you all the respect. But I'm not holding back. Just like you said, we're friends. But that gets put on pause. Now, let's talk about that mixed tag match. Because that wasn't just a match, that was a spark, you guys. X and Mei Ying Chaya against the Morgan and Juggernaut. Didn't stay contained for long. The energy spilled. Tempers flared, and before anyone could rein it back in, the locker room came pouring out, one by one. Bodies everywhere, voices shouting, old issues boiling over all at once. But what stuck with me the most wasn't the brawl. It was the moment inside the chaos. Danny the Dominatrix D'Agostino and the Morgan did not rush in swinging. They didn't join the pile. They stopped. They locked eyes. Still and unmoving, like the world faded out and it was just them. That wasn't noise, that was a warning. And while all of this was unfolding, Wish was doing what she does best, taking advantage of the situation and going after someone else. That's when I ran back out, not to make a statement, not to get attention, to settle something. I didn't come out swinging blindly, I came out with purpose. And yeah, I got my hands on Wish. No dramatics, just consequences. Away from the chaos, the night still delivered where it counted. Ren Blackheart defended his championship against Viper and walked out still holding gold. But what stood out wasn't just the win, it was the respect afterwards. That's how you carry a title. Walter Bright and El Renacito, that match was all grit, no shortcuts, and no coasting. Both men left everything on the mat and you could feel it. X and Paul had their say on mic, and it didn't take long to realize that wasn't just talk. Whatever's coming next, it's not going to be subtle. It'll be 3 stages of hell, and I can't wait to see who will be in that one. And now, we're 1 week out, you guys. The season finale. Championships on the line. 3 stages of hell. Old grudges with nowhere left to hide. If episode 7 was wild, The finale is going to be freaking insane. The season hasn't been neat. It hasn't been quiet. But it's been real. And the fire's only getting hotter. Remember, you guys? We don't break. We break through.